The super successful person will sit there and tell you, follow your passions. If you love what you do, you'll never have to work for a day in your life. Don't tell you that until they get rich.
Right.
Then they start saying that. No, they got rich first.
Yeah.
Like that's what I don't like. That's why I'm like, I'm gonna be the one really giving real, actual game. Like I ain't gonna BS you. This is what it is, and this is how it goes. I ain't gonna be the just do what you're passionate about. Man, your passion. Go get this money. And then once you got the money, go do what you passionate about and go skip through the flowers and hug trees and stuff.
Yeah.
But we gotta get this bread first, bro.
Yo, what up? Right now I'm out ATVing in the rainforest with a group of high-level entrepreneurs. I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur. My mentor, Nehemiah Davis, 8-figure entrepreneur.
Listen to me, y'all. And I don't even want to put him in a box. I know you teach 99 ways how to get into real estate, how to use OPM, but this man's going to teach y'all just entrepreneurship, period. How to get in the game, stay in the game, and get that 6 and 7 figures, man. This man constantly investing in himself, putting himself in rooms. This is why he's on that next level. This is why he's been making this type of impact for so many years. But now that man coming out and helping y'all do it. So when Blake said, yo, I'm about to go crazy, I said, I'm looking at it. So listen, if y'all interested, getting your money right, getting your time back, and be able to scale and grow your businesses, AstenCeo, Blake, I'm telling y'all, don't look nowhere else. When you told me the 99 ways, though, peep this. I never heard nobody say 99 ways.
Right.
I heard about 1,
You heard a couple.
2, 3, 4, 5 max. 99? Yeah, okay. Y'all
Crazy,
tripping,
y'all.
But
Hey.
I really don't. 99 ways? It's impossible to fail.
Most important thing y'all can do is get in the room.
I guess I can start. Take a guess where I just came from.
Taco Tuesday.
Close. Fast food restaurant. Think of the most unloved fast food restaurant.
Arby's.
Yes.
Said that fast.
I-
It wasn't bad though, huh?
Disappointed.
Wait,
And I
wait,
used
you disappointed that it was good, or you disappointed that it was weak?
that it was weak.
Oh, that's
And I used to love Arby's. Like I'm like I don't eat fast food. Like it's a very rare thing that I eat fast food. If anything, I just eat Chick-fil-A because I don't know why they've done branded themselves as like you like, oh man, I don't want to eat nothing trash. So let me go to their customer service is so good that you forget the food's not like healthy.
Yeah, and they be like peanut oil.
Yeah, I'd be like, they fried in peanut oil and good. But I was actually headed to Chick-fil-A, happened to pass the Arby's. Their marketing got me. I stopped and got the fish sandwich Pusha T was rapping about. Have you heard the Pusha T diss song?
Nah, if it's on the album, I've heard it.
Nah, Pusha T got a diss song to McDonald's.
Oh nah.
Pusha T's dissing. Pusha T got a diss track to the Filet-O-Fish. And he rapping about Arby's fish sandwich, how it's like killing the Filet-O-Fish, and they got multiple kinds. They got the crispy kind, they got the spicy kind. I went to go get the spicy joint. I was like, their marketing got me. And then while I'm sitting there, so yeah, you've been calling me before fast food. Like I don't like eat my fast food and drive at the same time. I park, eat, then go on about my business.
Yeah.
Or if anything, I'll put my phone out, flip my phone on sideways, and just be chilling. And sometimes that little meal will turn into like, I might be in the car like 2 hours, bro.
Yeah. Just vibing.
Yeah, just chilling. But it got me thinking today. I'm in the parking lot eating my fish sandwich, spicy fish sandwich, and I'm like, this is mid. They marketing got me, and just how my brain be going. I was just thinking. I was like, it's a genius move by Arby's to get Pusha T, who hip hop fans have heard, or Pusha T fans at least have heard, that he did that McDonald's song, I'm Loving It.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they're like, we gonna go get him. He did the McDonald's joint. We gonna get him to come and write a diss song to McDonald's. And they
But
fish sandwich.
you know he did the We Have the Meats line too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then I started to think like, man, McDonald's dropped the ball. They should have went ahead and hired Drake to like make a diss song to Arby's. Like if Drake, whatever his price is, don't diss Pusha T.
Right.
Diss Arby's.
See, but that would have see if Bad Montine wasn't so tired. Like them beefs be running deep. Like no pun intended, man.
But they don't really got beef, bro. They stuff just music. That's why I'm like, yeah.
Cause Push, I don't know, Push. It don't be seeming like just music. Or is it just like, music. Or just like what Kanye be saying? They just professional rappers. It's professional rap beef.
Pusha stuff just be music, man. I'm a big Pusha T fan. I've heard him on multiple interviews talk about it. He talked about. I heard him say like he knew everything was just music and just rap when he was on an elevator with Baby and all his people. And all they said was, "What's up?" And he's like, "What's up?"
And so he was referring to the Wayne beef, and then that's kind of like when he knew that from
Pusha T been sending shots at Cash Money for 20 years, bro.
Yeah.
So he said he's by himself on the elevator. He said Baby and a bunch of Baby's people walked on the elevator. And it's just him and Baby and all Baby's people. And they were just like, "What's up? You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, you good?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then they got on his floor. They got off their floors and nothing. He was like, "Oh, so this is just a rap."
So it wasn't none of that Breakfast Club energy.
Nah.
5-star general ain't had none of that on the elevator. It was too tight of a quarter.
And everything when Pusha does get into beefs with people, it comes from a place of just him defending somebody that he really cool with. He don't just be going at people.
So what was the reason behind him and Weezy and then him and Drake?
Wayne started that stuff over bait. Some silly stuff.
Yeah.
They're trying to say that he started wearing Bape and I think sent some shots in like a interview or something. And then they came out with Missing Me Too. But a lot of people don't know that was some Wayne in them. Like, I know, right? Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And then Wayne never really dissed him back. All he said was he got on one joint. I think he might have just tweeted it or something. Like, "Fuck Pusha T," and that was it. Like, Wayne ain't never.
I kind of respect that. I ain't about to use 48 bars for these 3 words.
Yeah, I don't think Wayne ever said nothing, but Pusha, he just be going at him. Like he got one of my favorite diss songs of all time, and maybe the hardest, especially for diss tracks, but maybe just the hardest video of all time, that Exodus joint.
Is that the one where they had the crackheads smoking and stuff?
Yeah, out of like beer cans and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right up your alley. That might be
But if
one
it,
of them.
bro, that video hard, bro.
It is. But I am in awe. You are on brand. Like that's just you. like that's just what you rock with. You literally rock with what you rock with, bro. I could go on Blockbuster right now and like point out everything you want to watch. For
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Yeah, give me a gangster flick or give me a superhero joint.
Yeah, man. I had a
Yeah.
meeting earlier and they mentioned anime. I thought about you.
Hey, I just found out one of Neo's got a guy that I need to get me a closer. Uh, this guy named Mike. Shout out to Mike. I think his last name Busby. If anybody want to follow Mike Busby on Instagram or something, he got some good content too. Shout out to you, Mike. He seen me, and I'm at this event for like, well, I'm in Atlanta like 5 days, four or 5 days, something like that.
Mm.
And I didn't realize when I'm packing, you know how I dress, bro. I just be wearing t-shirts and graphic tees, stuff like that, right? But I didn't realize this time I packed the morning that I left. And I just grabbed some stuff real quick, threw it in the suitcase. And I knew the temperature was gonna be warm. But I know in a big old hotel conference room, I didn't know if our private sessions would be cold, but I knew in that big old conference room, it's gonna be freezing.
Yeah.
And just some other stuff. I might tell you about this a little bit off. It be freezing for a reason. There's a strategy behind. Like it just don't be cold. Like they be like make it cold.
And it to keep you awake.
I don't know. I don't.
Tell me later.
Yeah, maybe part of it. But anyways, I grabbed a couple hoodies because I was like, man, I might need a hoodie for the joint. And I just grabbed like 2, just threw it in the joint. I get there, I don't realize that both the hoodies I got's Dragon Ball Z. I didn't realize that 3 of the t-shirts I grabbed was Dragon Ball Z. So I'm just down there the whole time. Bro, I'm just down there DBZ'd out. Didn't realize another one that I grabbed was I just saw black. That one was like an Avatar one. So I'm like cartoon graphic, just
the whole time.
I meet Mike in person. Mike's like, hey man, he's like, you a DBZ fan? I was like, yeah. Like, oh man, do you I misheard him. He asked me if I listened to the albums. For some reason, I thought he was saying like, do I watch the movies? Because they have like animated films outside of the storylines of the episodes and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, a little bit, not really though. And he was like, have you heard blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Bro, I didn't know they have albums.
Like albums, like soundtracks, like movie soundtracks?
Bro, he sent me one joint. He was like, man, he was just like, if you need some I ain't got Apple Music. I'm guessing it's Dragon Ball Super Broly remixes. And so I'm like, I don't know if it's the soundtrack from the movies or
Yeah.
can I play music on YouTube?
Nah. That's why Joe Budden, that's why it be quiet on the YouTube stream when they play music. Like the Joe Budden podcast experience on Spotify when they were doing it is way different than YouTube.
That's as a early Joe Budden podcast listener from since I'll name this podcast Later Days. That's how it used to be on YouTube. That's why I'm asking. They didn't start doing that till they did that Spotify deal.
Yeah,
Because they would start it. He would have some type of vibe, like
yeah.
to start it, and then they would have the sleepers at the end. And that's how I would be finding out about.
New
I found
music.
out about. I would more so be finding out about like newer R&B.
Mm.
And it's like I found out about Lucky Day. Lucky Day was like a sleeper.
Mm.
I know you don't
Yeah.
really listen to Lucky,
Lucky
Day.
Day cold.
I ain't know if you was it.
Nah, Lucky Day cold. I like him and I like Brent. I feel like Brent
I found out about Brent from there.
makes better music to me, but
Nah,
Lucky
no way.
sounds better.
No way.
Yeah, I like Lucky's voice more. But I
Lucky
vibe.
Day, you can't name one Lucky Day song. There's not a Lucky Day song that'll play that you won't enjoy. There's Brent
Yeah,
songs
that's
that
real.
you'll play that you'll skip.
Yeah, that's real. I feel like the Brent songs that I skip are the ones that he has features on.
I found out about like I heard of them, but I really started listening to them. Division on there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, damn, what was her name? Seemed like she had this one song, Nicole Bus.
Mm. Oh, the one, yeah, she had that song. It was like
But it was
it
that
had a
song.
it had a nice summertime vibe to it, right?
Yeah, it was like a Wu-Tang sample.
Yeah. Cause I had reached out to her because she only had like
Yeah, I remember I told you. And
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like, hey,
dang,
bro.
what happened to her?
I don't know, but that song's a banger,
That
though.
song, yeah,
Whatever that song is
hard.
called.
Man, golly, that was like what 2 years ago at this point, huh?
Nah, it was longer than that. Because 2 years was pandemic.
Yeah, pre. That's what I'm gonna start saying now. Pre-COVID.
And Ish and Ice, 2 years ago, they was still on there.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, they ain't been potting that long.
They've been on there for a minute, bro.
Nah.
Yeah. Dang, when did Joe kick Rory
I
off
feel
when Rory wasn't there? When he
I
was
feel
hollering
like
at the empty chair. That was like 2 years ago.
I feel like it was a year, and the reason I say that is because I feel like I had my apartment then when we was
Yeah.
talking about the joint. I feel like it was around that time. I could be wrong, but I feel like we were having that like.
Well, there's a
man,
YouTube video from 11 months ago of Button firing Rory with the chair. So I was off a year.
Yeah. Cause I was like, man, nah, they ain't been rocking the 2 years. I'm a fan now though. I be listening to the boys faithfully. They grew on me like a Drake album.
Yeah, I like it though. I like it. No, they used to timestamp stuff, and then they stopped for a long time, and they've been. I guess they got the budget to get the timestamper again.
Mm.
So that's how I be listening to it.
Yeah.
But bro, cause go back to the Arby's joint, right? Because I was like, if McDonald's missed like a good marketing thing, like they could have threw the bag at Drake write something to diss they. Well, Arby's was dissing their fish sandwich to promote their fish sandwich. What does McDonald's got that's similar?
What?
I guess they could have just went back. I'm just saying, like a similar, like Arby's menu ain't like McDonald's
okay.
menu.
Yeah.
Like they ain't got burgers. They got roast beef sandwiches,
Well, they got the McRib.
pastrami sandwiches.
They got the McRib for 3 months a year.
Man, but Arby's used to take care of me too. When I was a teenager, bro, they used to have something like it was similar to like a 4 for $4 at Wendy's.
Mm.
But I used to get like a roast beef and cheddar, mozzarella sticks, curly fries, and a drink for like $4. When you like
Bro.
15,
Oh yeah, that's a lot. That go a long way. I,
yeah.
you know me, I be ordering way too much. I would have ordered probably 2 of them joints. What the fuck?
But my dollar gotta last, bruh. So
Yeah.
Arby's, Rallies, them was two restaurants you could go with $5 and your bag gonna be heavy.
Mm,
Especially Rallies or Checkers or
yeah.
wherever you live at. Like McDonald's couldn't always that five wouldn't always get me that like
That heft.
yeah. But Rallies and Arby's,
I feel
nah.
like
But I
it's because it's all fries, huh?
what?
Like when your bag be full, it's just like a bag. You got your burger, and then the rest is just fries, right?
Nah, Rallies you get that Big Buford had some weight on it.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't know about the Big Buford
Nah, I don't. I don't.
or how Rosette's the Big Buford.
Oh,
You don't know about the Big Buford and the chili dog.
man, I ain't had chili dog in so long, bro.
But nah, bro. I was thinking my marketing mind hit, and I was like, yeah, they missed something with Drake, and like go get Drake to write something. But then on top of that, it made me start thinking about just like your typical entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur. They don't spend no money in marketing. Like, uh, you ain't got to answer if you don't want to, but in the last, let's say 2 years, let's say a year,
Mm-hmm.
how much money have you spent on marketing?
Total, the last year, probably like 4 bands, 3, 4 bands.
Dang, you proved me wrong. I wouldn't have even thought it was that much.
But okay, so like, cause it's tricky because so for those videos I put out last year, I was putting money behind it on YouTube, the Google ads and stuff. So, but
Mm.
if we just talking about Jazz will shoot it, probably $500, between 500 to 1,000.
And that's crazy for a year.
Yeah, for a year. Cause most of my stuff come from referrals. And what I've told myself moving forward, though, actually starting in May, that I'm not doing that anymore. So I'm getting my reel done right now, and then I'm gonna start blasting that out to bring in more leads.
And I'm like, that sounds crazy, bro. And then like when people don't have uh money coming in, they be like, what is it that I'm doing? I'm like, don't nobody even know that you exist.
Right, right,
Spend
right.
$500 for the whole year of
Yeah,
promoting your business.
yeah.
And so that's why I was thinking, I was like, all right, McDonald's, you would say McDonald's is a pretty established business, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got the signs up, however many billion served. I'm pretty sure that almost every angle of the earth that has working internet or TVs knows knows what McDonald's is.
Yeah, most definitely.
So they've gotten to that point, and they still spend millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions in marketing each year when everybody already knows who they are. And then you got the entrepreneur over here that not a single soul know this they exist.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't spend $1 on marketing for the year. And then they be like, oh, it doesn't work. And I'm like, you won't even spend the money to acquire a new customer. And McDonald's don't have to spend the money to acquire the new customer.
Right, right.
They'd spend the money I'm guessing to retain the customer, just to stay in everybody's face.
Mm-hmm.
When they're already top of the food, they top dog status in fast food chains.
Yeah.
They're probably number one if I had to guess. I don't know the stats, but
I think Chick-fil-A number one right now.
nah, Chick-fil-A is not number one. I know that for a fact.
Are you talking about like globally or just in the US?
Either.
I think
Chick-fil-A be killing it. They're not number one though.
Mm.
And they
Gotta-
killing a lot of people with being closed that day a week. But
Yeah.
that day a week, the reason why Chick-fil-A isn't number one, and we can Google this and look, because I could be 100% wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. For one, they close on Sundays. For two, they don't have franchisee opportunities available like other places do. You won't, like, if I had money and I had like a dream of being a franchise owner, I would never buy a Chick-fil-A.
Right.
You can only have one.
Right.
Like how Rick Ross can have a bunch of wing stops, or I met Buddy down here. He got like 10, 11, 12 McDonald's or something like that.
You know,
You
Chris
can't.
Brown got like 20 Burger Kings or something crazy like that.
Chris Brown got 20 Burger King. You can't do that with Chick-fil-A. They want you to be like an owner operator.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's like everything they do got like a quote unquote family type vibe to it. So for one, if they accept your application to own a franchise, you have to operate and manage the franchise, like be in the store every day from 9 to 5, basically, for X amount of months. And then they still kind of want you to be like the owner operator. You can't just hire somebody
Yeah.
and get everything in place and just send me the numbers. You can't do it with Chick-fil-A. They want it to be your life.
So I just did a quick. Now this isn't. All right. So I'm looking at two different things right now. McDonald's, as from a 2018 joint, it was McDonald's, Starbucks, Subway, Taco Bell. Now the thing that I saw, and this is where I was right in this sense, but wrong in what I was talking about. They're number one in consumer rating and stuff like that. Chick-fil-A.
I'm talking money.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I say. I know I saw number one somewhere, and
They
that's
gonna
what
have
it was.
they gonna have good Yelp reviews. Of course, man. My pleasure. My pleasure your ass to death. Of course
Yeah,
they gonna have
be
good
like,
consumer
what other
ratings.
sauce? What other sauce can I get you, sir?
Yeah. And how many sauces you want? 11? Cool.
Cool.
Got a $1? All right, bet. Look, what if I told you that for that $1, you can get access to every course, training, and ebook from a 7-figure entrepreneur? Information that has people having 5-figure months, 6-figure years, and firing their jobs. Then what if I told you for that $1, you get an opportunity to be a 50-50 business partner with said 7-figure entrepreneur, where you literally get to learn while you earn. And then what if I told you for that $1, you get additional training from other 6, 7, and 8-figure entrepreneurs? And this is all updated weekly. And then what if I told you for that $1, a member within the community is giving $500 each and every week? Does that sound like something that you're interested in? If so, go ahead, click the link, and join a community of like-minded individuals that's focused on getting to the bag just like you. For that $1, you can get access to the community for one entire week. After that week, if you like it, which I know you're going to love it, it's only less than $1 a day after that. Literal pennies. We are showing people that it's crowded at the top. I'll see you on the other side. Yeah, but as far as money, the way that it's structured, they can't be number one.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is what I was gonna ask you, and then I got sidetracked. So do you think that there's ever either a business model or an industry, rather, I'll go to industry, that could go without using marketing dollars, or even a sector within an industry. I'm playing devil's advocate here, cause not everybody markets. I'm almost about to put my foot in my mouth, but I'm gonna finish it anyway. The typical idea of marketing from just the person who's looking from the outside in, they're thinking about commercials, they're thinking about Instagram, Facebook ads, they're thinking about that type of stuff these days. But a lot of companies don't do that, and it's a lot of like premier companies,
Like,
like a premium is what I meant to say, like Rolls Royce, those luxury brands and stuff like that.
they still, I they still do they still do marketing, I believe. It's just not. Um, I think a company like Rolls Royce, Lamborghini, stuff like that, where you'll be like, yeah, they don't do no commercials or anything like that. Their product is the commercial.
Mm-hmm. And then what do you say
But
to?
I don't know their history and their origins
Right,
to where they got now. So I can't really speak on it. But I do know they built their brand to a certain level to
right.
where it's just seeing it is the brand. And
And what?
Lamborghinis look so loud because I know you a car person. I even remember you was like, yeah, when I get to that point, I will probably get like a Ferrari or something because Lamborghini just hollers, oh, look at me, I'm rich. You remember?
Yeah, I still feel that way, bro.
So
It's just a big transformer, just like nah. I'm like nah.
yeah, so certain stuff I feel like just the product itself is, but I don't know the history of what they did. Because I'm sure there was some plan back in the day to get these. There had to be some type of plan back in the day to get certain well-known established people into these cars for people to think that the cars are luxury. Like a lot of stuff got like weird. A lot of stuff got weird origins on like stuff that they use for marketing. Like you know about I might have told you this, but even if I had told you this, the listeners ain't heard. You know you know how they have like Michelin star restaurants?
Oh yeah.
So those Michelin star restaurants started because the Michelin tire company was like, dang, how do we sell more tires? Like this isn't something that just people just come and buy every week or every month. Like
Yeah,
you need to put some miles on your tires in order to need some new tires. We need the tread to wear down.
yeah.
They started driving all around and going to restaurants and rating them Michelin star on the Michelin rank, and then publishing and advertising these Michelin restaurants so people in the area would then have to drive and try all these different restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they did for marketing starting off. They didn't really actually market the tire.
Yeah.
They started going to all these fine eateries or making probably had some type of deals with certain restaurants too.
Right.
And then it turned into like you want this fine dining experience. Oh, we going to Michelin star. To now it's to the point when if Drake want to sound flossy on the record, he'll say, "What's that one song he dropped a Michelin in a
Yeah, it was the
whatever it was."
joint
He's like
with
now the
Giveon.
restaurants is Michelin or something. Hove
Mm-hmm.
would drop a Michelin. But it started off a tire company was like, dang, how can we sell more tires? Oh,
Yeah.
let's give all these restaurants in a nice little driving distance away from here. Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta try this Michelin star rated. Oh, all right. Let's go put some miles on our tires.
Yeah, I think because like with the as far as marketing is concerned, like because I know like in what I do, the majority of people don't market because the majority of the business comes through referrals and the product is almost like with the Lamborghini. Like your marketing comes from the product that you have, and then people start talking about it. And the reason I'm gonna go heavily into marketing because of my new business model in order to scale and have a sector in which I'm not hands on with. You know what I'm saying?
But I also feel a lot of people in your industry broke, and a lot of people broke because they don't market. I think the
Mm,
two go hand in hand,
but what do
bro.
you say?
Everybody's not just to bot you in as a videographer, but I'm gonna just say videographer just for the
Hmm.
sake of example. Everybody got a camera, bro. You tell me majority of videographers is getting money? No.
Yeah, no, that's why. That's why. Yeah, I'm not even speaking to that.
I
So
told you, I told you a few months back. I don't know if you remember. I was looking for somebody local, and this one dude hit me up, and I showed you his work. I was like, yeah. He said $200 for a music video. You was like, what?
yeah, it's insane.
So I know
That's
they not getting money, bro.
because this.
Videographers a dime a
Yeah,
dozen.
exactly, and that's why. And that's why I never. I do. I do videography, but I will never tell anybody that I'm a videographer because the reason why I'm able to charge what I charge is because of the brain and the idea and the communication behind it
What are you?
versus the manual labor.
If I ask you, what are you?
I
What do
would
you
say
do?
I would say direct and produce. I'm a director and producer.
You direct and produce what?
I mean,
Elevator pitch. I was stuck on the elevator for an hour last week, a week before last. Like
yeah.
if we sitting there chopping it up real
The
quick, I'm
elevator
like,
pitch is I tell stories for a living.
okay.
That's the elevator pitch.
So if I ask you what you do, you say you tell stories for a living, and I'm gonna be like, all right, well, good to meet you. Like how is that I tell stories for a living gonna get a possible client?
Well, it's if you have the curiosity to want to know more, that's on you. It no matter what I say to you, if you're not curious, you're not gonna be curious. If it doesn't interest you.
Mm.
You know what I'm
I just
saying?
know me. If you told me, if I met you and you didn't know anything of me or knowing that I need like a bunch of videos and stuff all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah, what's good, bro? I'm like, what you do? Like, I tell stories. All right, that's dope.
I, I
I might would get off the elevator and be like, man, dude talking about he tells stories.
I seriously doubt that you would just leave it there. Cause you have a curious mind. I think your immediate response would be, "What you mean?"
No, I'm saying if I got 2 minutes and it's like we ain't got time to be chopping it up back and forth, like what about I don't think I, I could be wrong, I'm just talking about me.
Yeah.
I don't think saying if we just going past each other, we got 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. Yeah, what you do, bro? Oh, I tell stories for a living. I don't think that's gonna peak to where I'm gonna keep asking and then maybe be like, oh yeah, we might could do some work together.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would love.
Versus that
Okay, so
versus
what would be your
versus
pitch?
no, I'm saying versus the simple thing that you don't want to be boxed in is I'll probably be like, oh yeah, I could use a videographer.
But see, that goes back to what I said 2 minutes ago about that. It doesn't matter what I say if something doesn't pique your like. No, let me say this. I could say anything that you may not need. You know what I'm saying? I could say I could say I'm a dentist. If you don't need dental work, you're gonna be like, all right, cool. I could say I'm a photographer. If you don't need photos, you're gonna be like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah, but I just feel like I tell stories. Who's going to need somebody that the average person is just gonna hear I tell stories and be like, oh yeah, I don't know, this guy probably just sits in front of a group of kids with a
No,
book and something.
no. The average person probably gonna be like, oh, well, you're an author? Like there's always gonna be a follow-up question, even if it's a quick one.
I think your average person, you're going off of a scope of you live in Los Angeles around a bunch of weird people, and think like they might would ask more about you tell stories. You in Mississippi and you tell somebody you a storyteller, or you in Atlanta, you in you in Baton Rouge, you in Houston.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you.
Take the South out of it. You in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You in Chicago.
Tulsa, a wild place. Nah, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. Because the story, the example, is rooted in curiosity. So if you're asking me what I do for a living, you're curious to know.
I don't believe that at all. Me, yes. If me, Blake Sanford, asks you that, yes, I'm genuinely curious. The typical person, when they ask you that, they don't ask that out of curiosity. They ask that so in their mind they can see where to judge you.
But that's still curiosity.
No, it's not. It's just small talk. The typical person that you come across only asks what it is that you do so they can whether they realize it or not, see how they should treat you. That's the only reason people ask.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's not out of curiosity. It's not out of genuine conversation. They don't know you. First question that they can ask is something to where they're going to instantly judge you, or where they can put you in a ranking of something. That's the only reason that question exists, bro. That's just like when you walking past people. My homegirl, she was posting on Instagram the other day. She just walked past somebody. Dude's like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, "I'm doing great. And you?" And he just kept on walking. And she was like, she stopped, turned around, was like, and hollered like, "Hey!" And he was like, "What?" She said, "I asked, how are you doing?" He was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize." Like, they wasn't listening, didn't care how she was doing. It's just like a thing to say. I think the same goes into the what is it that you do, because I know off of how because people ask that like in the airports and stuff, and I just always say something crazy. Like,
see, I don't ever get asked that question, like ever, unless it's like a conversation that I'm having. That's why I disagree with the response, because I don't
pre-COVID, I would get it all the time.
I've never had anybody just ask me what I do for a living, like in the same arena as how are you?
Because I used to really enjoy airports pre-COVID, because it was a great place to meet people. Like I would be meeting like women and stuff. People, my boys would be like, "Man, where you met her? Man, who's that?" I'm like, "Oh man, she live in I don't know, she live in Toledo." Like, "Man, where you met a chick in Toledo at?" "Oh no, I met her in the airport. She had layover."
But y'all were having a conversation, right?
Yeah, but that's different. I'm saying the what do you do questions would come from, like, honestly, it'd be like older white people and stuff, or just people that's older than me. Even in college, I'll be there in a full basketball sweatsuit, holding a basketball.
Mm.
What do you do? You're an athlete. What do you play? And I would say something like lacrosse. They'd be like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah."
See it, and that like what I'm trying to tell you, bro, that it doesn't end with the oh, you tell stories. I'm telling you, it's impossible, because they're asking that question, even if it is just let me play.
As an adult,
advocate.
take the college stuff out of it. As an adult, if I'm in the airport or a random place and somebody asks me what I do for a living, off of my answer, the conversation goes this way, or ends immediately. Because I do it now. Oh, what do you do for a living? I like I mow lawns. The combo don't go that much after that.
But it would if they needed somebody to mow their lawn. Like, but you don't
Nah,
know.
bro.
You never know who you talking to, what
You
people need
never
to say.
know, but they treat you different. What do you do? What do you do for a living? I'm in janitorial services.
Oh, of course, we know that.
But they don't know I could own a janitorial company that I got 25 janitors up under me cleaning s- 6 buildings a day.
Exactly. And if
Take
and
over
if they don't
buildings like
if they don't take the time to know that, then that's their fault.
so
So if
like
I
I could say like if I don't want I could say, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" And I hate when people say this, but I can say real estate because that's what I hate when people just say real estate. Like, what do you do? Real estate?
Be like, what you
Because
do? Videos.
because most of the no because most of the people in real estate or that will say real estate they don't however you do real estate they don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
90 something percent of them realtors. People don't know the average realtor is broke. Average realtor closes like 1 to 2, maybe 3 deals a year, if that.
Yeah.
And they only getting 3%. Like it's 6% that they split. Both parties
Right.
get, and then they got to pay their broker fee or whatever.
Right.
And majority of them, it's just majority of them all they do is just like try to dress nice, take pictures sideways, and smile and go to happy hours and like take pictures and like try to promote a lifestyle.
Yeah.
But that say I do real estate, that combo goes into oh yeah. Then that might have a follow up question like, well, what are you doing real estate? Oh my s- my sister does real estate or
Mm-hmm.
oh I just hate that because it seems like and I don't know why realtor is the joint to pick, but it seems like so many people they'll it's like they'll do whatever, try to do whatever, and then like fail at that or that doesn't work, and then they just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go get my real estate license.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's always the career pivot. I've been seeing it a lot lately
And
too.
it's more late. I hope don't know y'all don't cancel me for this. This is just an observation. And tell me if what you've been seeing a lot lately is this or not. It's women.
Don't be bringing me. No, I'm just playing with you.
It's women.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the majority of new realtors is women. That's why I be like, what is it about that they feel like they can just come in and of course it's men too, but it's like it seems like by far it'd be like
Yeah.
women. It seems like, and I always wonder like what is it about? I ask some of them, and I'd be like what is it about real estate license that's what you chose to pivot to?
Yeah.
And the answers that they give me go with what I already kind of felt to be true, like from the outside looking in, because they're seeing, like I said, the realtor lifestyle that you see
Mm-hmm.
is all smiles, folded arms, and happy hours.
Yeah.
But the realtors that's making money, they working and they working, and then when you do get that client or that deal. One of my homegirls, she was saying she's fairly new in the game, and she was celebrating and stuff. She had hadn't closed a deal yet, and she had like two set to close. She's like, oh, I'm killing it. And I ain't want like, I don't like to be negative Nancy or
Yeah.
negative. What's an N man name? Negative Nardo. So shout out my man's Nardo. There's a dude that's a legend back home named Nardo. I don't know why that name came up, but shout out to Nardo, man.
I thought you was talking about Nardo Wick.
Nah.
that's what my brain went.
Nah, but in my head, I was like wishing her the best and hoping everything went. But I'm like, I know it's real estate game, and especially on the traditional side of things, and non-traditional, but especially traditional side of things, it just takes one little thing, and that deal is not happening.
Mm.
And unfortunately for her, it happened to both of us.
Man.
Like one of them, the person went and like applied for a couple credit cards or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how they be like, don't
do nothing.
Don't do nothing.
Yeah.
And the second one was something silly that the person buying it did too. Like, I don't know, maybe made a big withdrawal out of their account or something like. It was either withdrawal or big deposit, something which don't make no sense to me. It's my money, but
Right.
to them they're like, whoa, hold up, what's this on the bank statement?
Yeah.
What is this? And they both crumbled. And I was like, man, that's weak.
Yeah, that is weak.
But man,
is she still doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was just like a learning thing, because it ain't closed till it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
Like real estate, I don't count. I need that. I need to see it in the account. Then I don't care who signed what. I need check in hand or wire in the account, and then we celebrate.
What'd you say you did when you got that first check?
I went straight to the bank. I was like, man, maybe I should frame it. You know how you can like keep the checks and frame them and stuff? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna take a picture.
Yeah, I used to save my checks and then I just stopped. I still got the old ones, but I don't be doing that shit no more.
I wish I did, but nah, bro. I don't need that much sentimental.
Yeah.
And it was like a certified check, kind of like a cashier check. So the money there, but still, I'm like, I don't know. They might could pull this back.
Put a stop payment.
Yeah. And then I'm thinking of all kinds of other stuff. What if I spill some water on it or something? it can't go through the machine. Like, nah, bro, we going right now.
Boy, mouth dry, yo. He ain't stopping nowhere. He's
Going
straight
right
to the
now.
bank.
And it's crazy. The bank was like, I don't think I've told this part of the story. The bank and the title company was both in the Galleria.
Mm-hmm.
Except one was here and one was like here. And traffic, it would have took me like forever just to go here, hit a little U-ey.
Yeah.
And at first, that's what I was actually doing. And then I went and I turned into, that's like what is that right there next to the...
To the shell?
Man, nah. I'm trying to think of the restaurant. It's like that's where that Nordstrom Rack is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, I only been in that.
There's some kind of restaurant. I can't think of whatever it is, bro. My GPS said it was gonna take like 20 minutes to get across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I can't wait 20 minutes. Bro, I pulled into the parking lot spot.
Mm-hmm.
I parked and I walked.
Hey, bro. I get it, bro. Trust me. I get it.
So I was like, man, I gotta make this deposit.
Look, this is why I ain't never asked you though. When you made that deposit, did you go woo? like did you scream? Like what happened in there after you find it? Like it's secured, you know it's good. Like, or did you just go get some wings and a drink? Like it wasn't nothing.
And nah, that was before I started the wings and the drink, like ritual. Nah, I still felt some type of way because they put a hold on it.
Oh yeah, they do that. They be like, which is so crazy. I hate the bank. I really be hating the
They
bank.
put a hold on it, and I was like, "Oh wait, hold up." They was like, 5,000's available instantly, and the rest will be available on this date. And I was like, "Hold up,
Yeah.
I can't have my money." They was like, "No, yeah, we gotta put a hold." And I was like, "But especially I know the money's on the check."
Right.
So I was like, "Hold up, this ain't like a written personal out of a, you know what I'm saying, out of a checkbook."
Yeah.
So I was like, why is the whole gotta? That's what was throwing me off.
Yeah.
So that's why I still didn't feel until that 7 days hit or 5 days or
Damn, it was that long?
nah, whatever the time was, it wasn't like it might have been like 3.
That's still a minute. Damn. My dog didn't want to wait 20 minutes and waiting 72 hours. Bro, life is funny, dog.
Bro, the earnest money that I took for that check, because when the buyer agreed to buy the deal from me, I took a $2,000 earnest money check. I later started to, they could just give it to the title company, put in title company hold an escrow account or something. This one, I had never had the money before. I'm telling the dude right then, like, man, I need this check in my hand, or we ain't got no deal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm to that extreme with it, bro. Like, he wrote me a regular check, wrote it out to my company, and handed it to me. I'm like, bro, I don't know what you talking. Bro, I need that $2,000 check right now.
Man.
You can't sign. This is how I'm talking to him, bro. You can't sign the contract and like you sign the contract and the check at the same time. Like, don't sign it, then send it or whatever. Like, no, we doing this at the same time. This is how I was on it. So I'm in his office, bro. I ain't gonna tell the whole story, but it basically goes, he's at the property and some other people driving up. What can we do? He's like, he wants a deal. What we gotta do to get this going? I was like, I need my $2,000 earnest money check. He said, all right, well, tell them to go home. Me and you got a deal. Meet me at my office. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere till I can. I'm saying I ain't going nowhere. They might have to check on them. I don't know how the game go. They might have to check on them. They might came prepared. Why you ain't come prepared? That's what's going on in my head, bro.
Why you ain't show up with your agreement?
Yeah, I got the contract. Why you ain't got the check? Right. It turns into he say, I don't know if he thought I was serious. He's like, no, my office is here. I'll text you the address. I'm like, man, I ain't going nowhere unless I got the check, mate. There's 2 more people literally like just pulled up like back to back. I don't know if they were together or whatever, because I never really got a chance to talk to them. The dude gave me his driver's license and his credit card and said, you know where I live and you got my credit card. Now follow me to my office and let's get this done. And I was like, all right.
Hey man, you gotta go in the Shark Tank. You gonna walk away with something.
Bro, I ain't know. And I had such a different mindset back then too. Like I had a scarcity mindset too. So
Right.
it's like if I don't get this right now from you here,
Never
I
gonna
may
happen.
not ever get this again. This may be my only opportunity to ever get this.
Mhm.
Whereas now I'll be like, man, we gonna make so much money so many times over and over and over again. I ain't tripping off of nothing.
Yeah. And that, yeah, bro. And then it's funny because being like that, it makes a world of difference, bro. Because you actually
Mhm.
start to get what you deserve, quote unquote. I'm gonna use that loosely, but get what you deserve.
And you
What?
don't make decisions. And you don't make decisions based off of money.
Right.
Because that deal we sitting here laughing on it. I thought I made some good money. Oh no, I
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
If I would have been in a situation to where I didn't need the money, might have would have thought things over some more,
Mm-hmm.
looked at some numbers better. Like, yeah, I made $16,500 that first deal. With what I know now, I should have made like close to $100,000 my first ever real estate deal.
Yeah. You think things would have like you think your trajectory would have changed, like, or do you think you would have still ended up doing what you're doing now?
I don't know.
Cause,
I
cause
probably I probably still would have ended here, but I think it would have happened a lot faster.
really,
Yeah, because I
mm.
would have been exposed to a lot more things faster. The money would have accelerated it. The money would have
See,
accelerated relationships.
cause I'm not talking about the bread. I'm talking about you doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I think it
You
would have
think so?
happened faster because I would
Really?
have got exposed. I would have got exposed to what I've been exposed to now faster because the money would have accelerated
So you
meeting
don't
the people.
so you don't think that you just would have been like focused on killing it in wholesaling or
Mm-mm,
real estate in general?
mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. The knowledge of what I come to know now would have came fast, much faster.
Yeah, yeah. I see. I see.
Because I used to knock people that was focused on what I'm primarily focused on now 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Mm, mm.
But then I got certain knowledge and starting to meet people. And I was like, oh, I get it.
Right.
I should have been doing this 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So I think that would have happened faster.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Cause if your mind was already on, well, I ain't gonna say your mind, but if you were already open to doing other things and you just had to get to the places to where, your sponge could start soaking up stuff, then that's different versus
Yeah, because certain information didn't start to come in until
you got in the
certain
room.
money started to come in.
Yeah.
And certain money started to come in because and certain information started coming in once certain money started coming in. And that started happening because the money was putting me in different, and like you said, in different rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure with my curiosity and stuff, I'm pretty sure I would have been uh I would have been placing myself in these different rooms way sooner.
Yeah.
Because everybody I notice in real estate now, they starting to hit me up and being like they either still doing the same thing, pretty much on the same level as 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say somebody was a house flipper and they was flipping 2 houses a month or something like that. They still
Yeah.
doing that.
Mm.
It's like you get comfortable in that type of stuff. Or they be realizing that what they used to do 5 years ago, and then they still doing it 5 years later, they realized that it ain't the move. Like I would never want to be a single family house flipper.
Yeah.
Like people that make a career out of that. I'm like, that sounds crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, why not? I don't know, just the way I'm like, why not go into these multi-units? Which one of my boys, we was talking about that at the Post Oak maybe about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, man, I was just flipping all these houses. And I was like, this is dumb. But it took him like 5 years of doing it to be like,
Mm-hmm.
why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Apartments and stuff now.
I was talking to Viv the other day because I had mentioned this like years ago. It's always been on my list of things I want to get done, but now I'm like really looking to do it like sooner than later. I want to get like a 8-unit joint or 12-unit joint or something like that, or even a 4-unit or a mixed use, but something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get it out there.
No. I'm talking about down there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seemed like Viv will want to get something like that y'all can see there.
Nah. I want to get something down there, bro.
Or not even here. I would go to like Cleveland, St. Louis.
Detroit still got stuff going for cheap on discount.
Yeah, but they cheap stuff is weird. Like that saying it's too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Like with some of that stuff, like they'll be selling stuff for like $1, but it be having all these stipulations that come with it. It ain't like you just getting the crib for $1. You might not be able to sell it for 10 years or 15. I don't know all the details of it, but my partner from Detroit, he was telling me, because somebody in my community was asking like questions about Detroit. I was like, my homies is from Detroit. So I called one and I just had him on the live call. And he was just talking about wholesaling as far as, because when I first met him, my average wholesale deal down here was like 10 to 14,000. His average wholesale deal was like 2-3,000. And I was like, what is that don't make no sense. That's why he moved. And I just couldn't remember what he was saying about the market. So I just called him so he could tell the dude. But the Midwest, bro, especially like Cleveland, St. Louis, it's one chick I follow on Instagram. I don't know her in person, but her name Ashley. Ashley Johnson. Shout out to her. She's like the flipping pallets queen.
Mm-hmm.
She ran up a milli off of selling a course on flipping pallets.
Man.
She threw her stuff in a funnel. It would be crazy. Cause her course only like $20.
Oh, really? Man.
And that's it.
50 of them joints to reach that milli. Cool.
She did it. Probably less than a year.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I just with what I know now, I'll be like, because that's all off of Gumroad. Just like how I sold them 25,000 of them things on Gumroad. It's just like just buy it one time and go.
Yeah.
But that's crazy too, because it's like people make money so fast. She was broke. Her story, she was broke, really wasn't doing nothing with her life. Her brother put her up on some game. She made a course, started selling it, paying shout out pages to promote. A lot of ads that work for me, I just took directly from them. Just put my stuff on it.
Yeah.
And I was seeing the way she was doing stuff. She was like, this was at the time when Shade Room was like affordable. Shade Room was like, they was charging me $3,000. Like you could get a post on Shade Room for like $3,000 at the time. Before I was just studying, I'm like seeing what she posting. And it's controversy. Like, not one positive comment, everybody trashing it. I'm like, oh no, I ain't doing that. Then I see it again. Every single comment trashing it, like just killing it. And I'm starting to see everybody else's post was up there at the time. I'm like, oh, this must just be how it goes. Like, don't nobody have no ad got one positive thing. I'm like, oh, so the controversy sells. It's her thing, and it was simple too. It was just a simple phone thing of her like at a warehouse recording the pallet, and then it said something at the top. Woman teaches something how to make pallets, and it was showing her. It was like a pallet with a bunch of shoes on it, shoe boxes. It was like, yeah, it's blah blah blah. These shoes, I bought this pallet for this many. I bought this pallet for blah 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 dollars. Um, these shoes will sell on average for $50 to $60 per shoe on blah 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 on websites like this and that or whatever. So I'll make a profit of blah 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 for just this one pallet that costing me this much. That's why you can remember one of my ads that made me a killing. It was just a picture of a house and my voice was in the background. It was because I just saw her with the
that's where you got the inspo.
Yeah. I saw her with a video of a pallet and her voice was in the background. I was like, all right.
I got this house under
I
contract.
got this house under contract for $50,000. I then found somebody willing to buy it for $60,000. When the deal closed, I made the difference of $10,000 without spending any of my own cash, money, and without doing any repairs to the house. Boom, threw it up on Shade Room. Killing me. And I was like, oh, okay. I just had another picture of it. I got this house under contract for $47,000. I then found somebody willing to pay $62,000 for it. When the contract closed, I made the difference of $13,000 without using any of my own cash, credit, and without doing any repairs to the house. Boom. Then I started to see Dantes' ads will pop up on my joint as I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling Instagram. His ads will pop up. And then his would be like a how-to from A to Z, just tweets. And it would just be words, and you slide through the slides. I was like, all right, he must be making some money because I'm seeing this ad all the time. So then I took the picture of the houses with the numbers and my voice over the back. Because at first it was just pictures of houses with numbers, no voice. It'd be like purchase strategy, wholesale, purchase price, blah, 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 sale price, blah, 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 profit, money out of pocket, zero, picture. And I'm like, all right, she talking over. All right, I got this house. And then it's just my voiceover. Then I started seeing Dantes was killing it with he just giving a full tutorial, and it's just tweets, snapshots of tweets, saying how to for slides, and then had an offer on the last slide. So I'm like, all right, this one I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the joint with the talking over it, and then I'm gonna break down A to Z how I whatever. So I just got it from both of them. Then I threw that one up on Shade. I was like, all right, this one got a little more traction.
Yeah.
And then when I started running ads, I was like, shoot. And this one got me some sales from Shade Room. And I wasn't making my money back, but I was making my money back. Like if Shade Room charged me $3,000, and if I posted it on Friday, I might well make my $3,000 back by like Tuesday or Wednesday or something. Versus now, with marketing on, like back then, even with the ads, I'm like, man, if the ads ain't making me money instantly, like they not working.
Yeah.
Whereas just a lot of stuff changed. That's why I was joking on that one episode when people be like, man, I got rich in the pandemic. And I was like, man, who hasn't? People just had excess money to spend too.
Yeah.
It's like a perfect time. The government was giving everybody money.
Everybody.
When the Don was in office, the streets was eating.
Hey.
Like for real.
Hey man, that's a whole nother conversation right there. Cause it's real.
So for one, the price of advertising was down, just like anything. Like that's why I'm about to go to TikTok ads because it's probably more affordable now because it just seems like as I've been studying this stuff, it just seems like the cycle of stuff, the cycle of things, like they have the cost per lead. Like it'll be super cheap to reach your target demographic or your target customer, your avatar, until they start to get everybody up in there. Then the costs start going up, and then they be focused on like the big spenders. It's like that's how Facebook is. They said Google used to be like that. Google used to be able to get a click for basically next to nothing. Until then, everybody started coming in, and then once you got, McDonald's and Coca Colas and all them giving you millions and billions, you're not that worried about the person that got an extra $500, extra 1,000, 2,000, stuff like that. That's how they said Facebook was. So Hormozy, your boy, when I told you when you was trying to sell stuff for $1, and I was like, man, he wouldn't have made the 100 mil first.
Right. I was like, man, I'm gonna take the Hormozy method. He was like,
I have nothing to sell you. Shoot, he had a lot of stuff to sell before he started having nothing to sell people. And that's what I hate. That's what I hate about like super successful people. They be bullshitting, bro. The super successful person will sit there and tell you, follow your passions. If you love what you do, you'll never have to work for a day in your life. They don't tell you that until they get rich.
Right.
Then they start saying that. No, they got rich first. Yeah. Like that's what I don't like. That's why I'm like, I'm gonna be the one really giving real, actual game. Like I ain't gonna BS you. This is what it is, and this is how it goes. I ain't gonna be the just do what you're passionate about. Man, fuck your passion. Go get this money. And then once you got the money, go do what you passionate about and go skip through the flowers and hug trees and stuff. Yeah. But we gotta get this bread first, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care I don't care. That's why I like Steve Harvey, bro. Some of the stuff he say be okay. I get it. This is the moment. But he at least tell you about all the stuff he didn't want to do that he had to go through when he slept in his car and was homeless and all that stuff. Versus, hey, if you just make somebody laugh, that's all I gotta do.
Did you watch him on EYL?
Yeah.
He say, look, I'm gonna be homeless again, but they're gonna be like that homeless motherfucker sleeping in the Phantom. Like, my car gonna be different this time around.
I hate that. It'd be the super mega successful person and then just start talking about, hey guys, don't do it for the money. Just that's why I like Neo, bro. Neo rich as hell. Neo ain't gonna tell you nothing about no passion.
He gonna tell you, hey man, you must don't like money though. You must don't.
Do you hate money? Do you hate money? Bro, the little voice in my head is starting to be Neo's voice.
Yeah.
Like Neo got the Lamborghini truck, the Rolls Royce. I don't know cars. He got the black badge. I guess that's supposed to be.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite trim.
Blake, this the black badge. So, hey man, I don't know about that. Just you don't even know, but just know this ain't like everybody else's Rolls. That's how he talk. So what I said, the Lambo truck, the Rolls Royce. The coldest one to me is that Escalade. Look like the president coming through town. Yeah. They got the red and blue lights on the front, be flicking and stuff. And he come out. Yeah, bro. Like it's like, I don't know. Like it just looked like somebody important coming out the back. And then he come out the back seat. And he got the driver with the piece on him that's always 2 steps behind to the to the joint. Dude go to the bathroom. The dude at the conference, he go in the bathroom. The dude with the piece behind, he came in the bathroom. I was like, this dude. And it just looked player with the Escalade. You got the driver. You got the dude with the thing on him. Then he opened the door and he letting down his wife and stuff. I be like, man, it just looked dope, bro. and then he getting a Maybach made right now. Oh, he ordered one. He ain't talking about follow your passion. The money's allowed him to do things that he's passionate about.
Right.
But he ain't talking about no, hey man, just love what you do and you'll never have to work again in your life if you just love what you do every day. Now Neo be like, hey, bro, success ain't convenient. You think I want to do this stuff? He's like, my wife about to have a baby. You think I want to go to this mastermind? My wife just had a baby. Like 2 days before their last daughter came. He was like in Boise, Idaho. It's like, you think I want to go to Boise? Success ain't convenient. Whereas all these other people, they'll be like, hey man, it's just love it. and you'll get to where I am. But they don't start talking like that till they make it. And I don't like that stuff. That's why I'm gonna be real with my people the whole way.
Yeah.
Nah, a lot of stuff ain't gonna be fun. But we got to get to it so we can then do what we love and what we're actually passionate about. Because now we have the money to pay everybody else to do the stuff that we don't want to do.
Right.
That's how the game works.
What did he say? He's like, I don't want to do shit. Remember?
Yeah, he said that's the hustle. You make enough money so you get to pay everybody so you don't have to do shit.
Walk around and smell the flowers.
Yeah, he's like, I need to just, and that's how it's, and I've realized about myself, I'm a visionary. That's my role. That's what I'm good at. I'm done trying to do other stuff. It's just gonna cripple me. So I'm like, if I can make enough money to pay everybody else to do everything else, then all I got to do is just keep on having the visions. And it's easy to I haven't fully gotten there yet, but it's way easier to stay in the creative visionary mind when you're not working on stuff that visionaries don't do.
Yeah,
Let's use Neo for example, bro. All Neo got to do was think of the ideas. That's it. And his team's so cold, man. This chick, Rosa, she posted something. I put GOAT up on her. I'm like, like if he didn't have that one piece right there, a lot of stuff wouldn't happen, bro.
Yeah.
It's like all you gotta do. Rosa, it get done. I don't know whoever he got to find to talk to about what, like she gonna find it, bro. That's why I was like, yeah, VAs is cool and stuff. I'm like, I gotta get to a point. I need a Rosa. He got this other chick named Ashley. I'm like, I need an Ashley.
Yeah.
Which I'm just now finding out too. I thought this chick Ashley, I thought she was like just with him. But I'm like, oh no, she an entrepreneur too. Like she does like events and stuff. So it's just so happened every time I've seen Ashley, it's at an event. When we was in Miami,
Worldwide
see her in
West.
Puerto Rico. I see her in Puerto Rico. I see her down in Atlanta. And she's like, she's a nice person, but when she's going, she's stern, like she cracking the whip.
Yeah.
And then I saw it the other day. I was like, oh, I think you like that because you probably the boss of all this stuff right now. So it's like everything to do with the events. I'm like, oh, you the head of all this stuff. I thought you was just some stern, mean, nice person. Just be around.
Boss lady.
And this other chick in his inner circle was telling us too. She was like, "Yeah, VAs is cool and stuff, but you're gonna need some like Sonya. She got like she's like it's realistic for her to hit like $1 million a month, like before the year's out. So she talking from a different level of things and organizations and stuff. She's like, yeah, VAs is cool. I know Neo telling y'all VA, but you gonna need somebody here in the States that know English to help you. Okay? And her flexes be different. She got a Lambo truck too. I think Neo tossed her the keys, was like, hey, meet me at whatever, toss her the keys to, like, he knew what he was doing when he did the same with Chris Bruce. Bruce wanted a Bentley. Neo told him come down there, was doing some car thing in Atlanta where they was just a whole bunch of black entrepreneurs and all these foreign luxury cars and stuff. Bruce was in the car with Neo. He was like, I want it. And Neo was like, yeah, I'm going to get one. Blah, blah. Chris put together some play. He got the Rolls Royce in like less than a month later. But it was off of that like exposure type thing. And then we was talking, and Neo was like, you don't like cars? I'm like, nah, cars ain't really my thing. I don't know if it's because I can't afford it right now or what. But I even think when I am able to, I don't think the cars is gonna be my thing. My homie Kamoy was saying the same thing because he got a Lambo truck. But he rents his out though. Like when he ain't using it, he rent it out. And he was like, oh, what is your thing? I'm like, I see he picking in pride and trying to see like, I'm like, I don't know, like a material thing. I'm like, I was just saying like goals I got. I want to buy the crib. I want to buy the building I grew up in. Like, and that ain't even, when I do that ain't even gonna be on no like investment cash flow. I just want the motherfucker that I grew up at. I just be like, yeah, I did that. Well, like I heard Ross. He said that's why he bought his first Wingstop. It wasn't like this is a great investment. He said he was at the barbershop. Dude walked in. What's that? That smell good. That's a Wingstop. Did you hear that? Hold up.
Right.
Siri just talking. Nah, but he said he at the barbershop, dude walk in with some wings. Ross say, what's that? Oh, it's Wingstop. Wingstop? I ain't never. Oh, yeah, it's right there. He go to Wingstop, get the lemon pepper, boom. He fell in love with him. He said he bought the joint just because he wanted to say, he wanted to pull up in a fly whip with a fly chick, walk into the wing spot. Oh, you like these wings, baby? Yeah, they good. Yeah, it's mine. And leave.
Which is hard.
Turned into good business.
Yeah.
I want to buy the building I grew up in just to come in town because I'm surprised I ain't drive past one when you was in town. But I usually do every time I'm home. Well, I did. You just left because I was home for like an extended period.
Yeah.
I go drive past it, but I'll be like, I want to just drive past it and just be like, yeah, I own that. I know I can't go in because the tenants gonna have their rights and stuff, or just not need the money and just be like, Christmas time coming up.
It'd be like
y'all, rent free December, man. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Just cause I don't need it for like the.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
I think that would be fly.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause I remember that Christmas, bro. My favorite Christmas present I ever got. My pops got me a bike. The front wheel was a little wobbly. It had like mud on it and scratch. Like he had like rolled the bike from wherever he was at. I mean, it turned into an argument Christmas morning. My mama was mad because bro, it's Christmas. This man come in with a dirty bike.
How the fuck was I gonna get the bike home?
But me, I'm like, what? I got a bike, and it was a 10 speed. Like, you remember back then, like the 10 speeds was a thing. I'm like, oh, it's my first 10 speed. Like this like the big boy bike. I'm like, I'm hyped. As soon as I get, Mama, can I go? Can I ride it? She probably say, yeah, just so she can holler at him. Cause I'm
Oh man.
But man, look. This episode has been brought to you by the It's Crowded at the Top community. Come check it out. A lot of people, they don't succeed in business or entrepreneurship because they have no community. They have nobody to bounce ideas off of. They have nobody to share their losses with as well as their wins. They have no mentor. Come join the It's Crowded at the Top community. www.AstenCeo.com or text the words I'm in to 859-605-3297. Check it out. Great community. Weekly Q&A sessions with myself. The last 2 have been over 3 hours long. Do my best to get to every single question in there, as well as drop a lot of game. So it's crowded at the top. www.AstenCeo.com or text the words I'm in to 859-605-3297.